Now let's discuss about some real life phenomena which you all must have experienced. First of all, raindrops are always spherical in shape, right? Or if not raindrops, just try to open the taps very slowly at your home in such a way that the water is coming out drop by drop. Now try to observe any single drop, it will be spherical in shape. Why? And because in drawings we always draw the drops like this, but it's not like this, it's actually completely spherical. Mercury drops, if you now this is something which you might have not experienced because mercury is a rare earth element, plus it is also poisonous, so we don't used to get play with it. But if you'll ever by chance gets a broken thermometer, from there you can extract some mercury. Please don't do this at home. So that mercury drops remain oval in shape. So surface of mercury, if the mercury drop is smaller in size, it will be completely spherical, but if it is larger in size, it will be a bit spherical. What I mean to say is, it will not stick to the glass or whatever surface it has been kept upon. Now, greased iron needle, apply some grease or oil on a iron needle or the needle from which is used to sew clothes. Okay, so that needle, if it is placed very gently on the surface of water such that it do not prick the surface of water, then what will happen, it will keep floating on the surface of water. Though we know that this needle is made up of iron, but it will still keep floating on water without getting submerged. Why? We'll come to that point. Lastly, you must have seen, because everyone must have done painting sometime or the back, painting brushes or shaving brush, when they are submerged inside the water, when they are put inside the water, the brushes, all those hairs actually spread out. But when they are taken back from the water, they cling towards each other and they just stick to each other as soon as it gets out of the water. The reason behind all of these phenomena is a simple reason, which is called surface tension. So this is our topic for now, surface tension. Surface tension is that property of fluid, especially liquid, due to which liquid tends to occupy minimum surface area and hence liquid behaves like a stretched elastic membrane. For example, suppose liquid drop is of this shape. Now due to the property of surface tension, it will try to acquire minimum surface area, so each point will try to come towards each other. There will be a force of attraction and they will be all equivalent, so that is why the shape will change into completely spherical where the forces are still towards inwards. This is the reason, if you will see, this is the reason why you will see meniscus formed inside straw when you are sipping water or cold drinks. This type of meniscus is formed. Though surface tension is not the only thing responsible for the formation of meniscus or this shape, that is another theory that is called molecular binding theory. So let's complete the surface tension first. Surface tension is defined as surface tension is defined, it is that property of a fluid by which fluid tends to behave like a elastic stretched membrane or stretched elastic membrane, and it tends to acquire minimum surface area, right? Surface tension is denoted by the force of surface tension, which is denoted by S, is given by force per unit length. What is this unit length and what is force? Inside any fluid, you have to consider a line, an imaginary line made up of this fluid. The surface tension force will be acting tangential at every point, which will try to put this thing into minimum surface area. So that is why this force per unit length is the basic formula for surface tension, and hence what would be the SI unit? It would be Newton per meter, right? This would be the SI unit. Now we were talking about molecular theory. Molecular theory in liquid states that there are two type of forces which acts between different type of fluids. The forces are cohesive and adhesive. Now what is cohesive forces and adhesive forces? These forces, to understand these forces, first of all you'll have to consider an example. Take mirror or a glass surface and pour few drops of water on it and make it slant. What will happen? The drop will slip towards the bottom, but the small water droplets will cling onto the sheet. That means they'll keep remaining stick to the slip. They will the water drop will not completely fall down to the bottom. Whereas if the same experiment is performed using the mercury drop will not leave any residue. Nothing will get stick to the glass surface. It will completely roll down. So what is the basic difference between two cases? In first case, we took on a sheet, we took a water drop, and in the second experiment we took a mercury drop. When this drop reaches bottom, it left its residue, whereas this drop reaches the bottom, it leaves nothing. In this case of here, this is mercury and here water. So the only difference is there might be some kind of force of attraction between similar and different materials or similar or different fluids, right? So the force of attraction between similar kind of molecule is called cohesive force, whereas the force of attraction between different type of molecules is called adhesive force. So the forces are cohesive between same molecules, and adhesive is between different molecules. So this means the force of adhesion, the force of or the adhesive force between water drop and the glass surface is greater than the cohesive force between water and water molecule, and that is why the water molecule could not, this whole water drop could not remain intact in fact, and it left its residue behind. Again, the same thing was the force of what? Adhesion, or you can say the adhesive force between water and glass was greater than the cohesive force between the water and water molecule. Whereas in case of mercury, the adhesive force was very small as compared to the cohesive force between mercury and mercury molecule. That is why it did not leave any residue. So just remember this, both of these forces are attractive in nature. The only difference is adhesive means the force of attraction between different molecules, and cohesive means the force of attraction between same type of molecules. This concludes this topic. Let's find what else we have to do with the surface tension.